My first NYC apartment meant everything to me. I moved in just after turning 25, and it was the first place I truly called home in New York City, and also my very first time living alone. But after a year in this space, it's officially the end of an era, and now we're moving on. Maybe not to something bigger because it's New York, but hopefully to something better. So today I'm kicking off my Moving in NYC series. Excuse the state of my apartment right now. We're moving and we have a lot to chat about. So if you're new here, I'm Lucia, I'm 26. I moved to New York City last April. I'm filming this June of 2025. So I've lived in the city for over a year now, but I didn't move in to my first official very own New York City apartment till June of 2024. So I've been in this apartment now for a full year. It's my studio, the home that I've created in the city. We're moving out of it, which is so surreal. It's so bittersweet, honestly, because like I feel like I grew so much in this apartment and so much has happened over the past year. It's really insane. It feels like so much more than a year ago, but it's not. And here we are. We're about to pack it all up. We're about to move. My next vlog is going to be apartment hunting and showing you guys that entire process. And then we're packing it all up and we're moving in to my brand new place. I'm going to have a new place to call home in the city. Manhattan will still be home. So don't worry guys, I'm not moving to Hoboken. I'm not moving to Chicago. I feel like some of you guys have been guessing that maybe I'll move somewhere else, but it is going to be a big move for me. I think it's going to be very different. I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't a little nervous. I'm mainly excited. I think the nerves that I'm feeling are because of excitement, because it's like sometimes it's the same feeling and it's like hard to distinguish in your gut like what you're feeling, but I think most of it is excitement because I've loved living in FiDi. It's not my favorite place in the world. It's become home to me, but I feel like I can just as easily make another place my home and another studio apartment. Obviously it takes a minute to like get settled into everything, and like now I'm so comfortable here because I have my routine, but there's also a lot about living here and a lot about this apartment that haven't been my favorite, so I figured I might as well just move. So for context, it's not even because my rent went up or anything. My rent literally only went up by $50, which is kind of unheard of in New York. Usually they like upcharge you by like $300 for the next lease. So I was lucky that that didn't happen to me, but I think the reason that did not happen is because this apartment is not really in high demand. One, because it's a studio. I mean, not that people don't live in studios, but it's not like it's a crazy nice apartment or very spacious. Two, it's in FiDi. It's in a very large building, so they're kind of like a dime a dozen. It's not really like a special apartment. It is to me, but in the grand scheme of things. Also, now that I'm moving out, I feel like I can give you guys more context on why I didn't like this apartment. Last year, if you guys saw my moving series, I toured a bunch of apartments. I pretty much narrowed my apartment search to FiDi because FiDi is an amazing place to live as a young professional. If you really want a building that has great amenities, you like being downtown and downtown is convenient for you, but you're like on a budget. You can't really spend the amount in other areas of Manhattan that are going to be more expensive. So I think FiDi is a really, really great, I was going to say like starter neighborhood. Honestly, it's great in general. I think there's so many fun ways to make it home. I feel like it's really poppin'. There's like the Seaport area. You're right next to the West Side Highway. Battery Park City is fun. I think it's a really cute, fun place to live, and I've really, really enjoyed it just reflecting on this past year. There's so many little spots. It does get really touristy at times because you're right next to like the World Trade Center and the 9/11 Memorial Museum and all of that, but it's kind of a really like reflective touristy area, so it's a little different than being in like Times Square or something like that, or Soho, because it's not like people are kind of, I mean, people can be a little crazy and, you know, they're taking pictures a lot and there's like a lot of big groups, but compared to the other touristy parts of New York, I think this one is like the most manageable in my opinion. There's also Wall Street. There's plenty of like nice grocery stores. A ton of people do live here, so it is very convenient for living. They have a bunch of workout classes, pretty much all the things you could need. The one thing about FiDi is that a lot of places outside of like weekdays are closed. Like a lot of places are closed on the weekends because they're kind of catering to the corporate workers in FiDi for like your fast casual places, but there's still plenty that are open that it makes up for it. You just have to like walk to the Springbone that's further away on the weekends, which is honestly probably good for me. All in all, it's been so lovely living here. My actual apartment, I really loved the building. I have like a doorman building and I really love the doorman. I felt super safe and secure in this building. I've only had one instance where someone followed me in to my building, but like because I had a doorman, doorman, I was able to like navigate the situation and like be perfectly safe. So I really do like having a doorman. I think that's something that's really important to me, especially like living alone in the city. Got a unit washer dryer, which has been amazing. I feel like personally, this studio layout is not the best. Like there's no real like separation with like the living space and the kitchen and the desk and everything, but I've made do. I really don't mind living in the small space. It doesn't bother me. The feng shui of it all is not really flowing, but maybe we'll do that a little bit better in the next place. I feel like I just kind of threw this together last year, but it's very cute. It's very homey. I think my biggest thing with a studio is just like it has to stay clean or else it just feels so cluttered because it's such a small space. The one thing I really hated about this apartment, which is the biggest reason why I want to move, because honestly, I love the location. It's not my dream location, but I've really made this work with my lifestyle. I have all of my spots I go to. I have my commute to work that's really easy because I work in Hoboken. I'm really able to get around to most areas of Manhattan pretty easily, like most of the places that I really like to go to. And I love being downtown because I'm such a downtown girl. All in all, I've had like really no complaints with this apartment. I've been so lucky. I've heard like the craziest stories, and my like water pressure has been totally fine. I've never had anything broken that they wouldn't come and fix. Like the AC works great, the heating, electricity wasn't like up the wazoo expensive. Like it's been a very manageable, easy apartment. So you're probably like, okay, Lucia, like why are you moving then? I feel like it's so hard to come by. Your rent only went up by $50. Like why the heck are you moving if everything about this apartment was perfect? So the one thing about this apartment that kind of drove me insane and just kind of really contributed to just not feeling the best mentally, I guess, the fact that this apartment has absolutely no natural light. I will show you guys actually, and you've probably seen it in my vlogs, but this is my sole window. Obviously I have the TV in there, which doesn't really help. It's like 4 p.m. right now, but it's summer, so like there should be plenty of light outside. I think it is kind of like a rainy day, but anywho, that is my only source of light in this apartment that's not like electronic from the ceiling. It's basically non-existent because I live on a very low floor in a very tall building, and the way that my building is shaped, it's kind of like a wraparound building. There's a hole in the middle like a donut. My unit is on the inside of the donut, so like I don't face the outside, I don't face the streets, I just face this little courtyard within my own apartment building. But like I'm down here, my apartment is like, it goes all the way up here, so like no sunlight is seeping through. It's kind of giving prison cell which is one of the trade-offs I think with living in a high-rise building, because, and especially in FiDi, I think FiDi is the neighborhood that's like known to have less natural light because there are so many high-rise buildings right next to each other. But specifically with me, it's like even worse because I'm not even just next to another high-rise building with like a street. I'm like literally like there's nothing here that I'm like looking out into or that I can see. I can just see my neighbors. Sometimes it's entertaining watching what they have on TV or something, but a lot of them just keep their blinds closed, which I don't blame them for. I'm always leaving mine open, but anywho, because of the nature of my job and like living alone, I feel like I am in my apartment quite a bit because I work from home 2 days a week now. It used to be like 3 to 4 days a week I was working from home for the bulk of living in this apartment, and that was a lot because I like had no idea what time of day it was outside, and I had no sunlight, or like I wasn't getting that sunlight or natural light at all. And I'm not asking for like anything crazy, but it really like took a toll on me, I think. And it was fine. Like obviously I got through this year and I really enjoyed living in this apartment, but when I was really thinking about it, I was like, okay, I just don't think that I can sign up for another year of this. Like I think it's bothered me enough where I think it's worth it to find a new apartment in New York City, which is a whole process, and move and get something better that I'm actually really gonna like, which is a hard thing to do, as you will see, because it's like I'm not really willing to pay more in rent, but I want a better apartment for the same price or less, which is challenging. But yeah, I think this was a great first apartment for me in New York City, but I just kind of outgrew it due to the nature of there not being any natural light. And I just think with content and stuff, it'll also be helpful to have better natural light, but also just for my own mental health and sanity. I think it'll be really nice. And in Chicago, all of my apartments had great natural light and views and like floor to ceiling windows. So I was really used to that. So moving from Chicago to New York and kind of like having that immediate downgrade in terms of windows and light, I think is very common in New York, but it just really didn't vibe with me. But I'm the type of person, like I'm not willing to compromise on a lot of things. So when I was searching for my apartment last year and ended up with this one, the only con that I had with this apartment was that it didn't have natural light. And I was like, you know what, this is all I can find, so that's okay, I'm gonna have to deal with it. and deal with it I did. And it was, I mean, it was totally a fine year, but I'm just like, I'm constantly trying to improve myself, improve my life, and build a life that I really genuinely love. And like, I do love my life. I did not like my life because I didn't have natural light, but I just think I will like my life more if I do have natural light. So I just made it my mission to try and find something that will meet all of my needs. I'm not really a compromiser with those types of things with the apartment because I'm just like, I'm very used to, I guess, the lifestyle that I had in Chicago. I don't know. I'm not willing to compromise on like safety and like having a doorman. At this point, I would have been open to not having in-unit washer and dryer, but like, it's just so much easier to have it. So I was hoping to have that, but I was open to like not having in-unit washer dryer anymore. But the ultimate thing that I really wanted was to get an apartment with good natural lighting. That's the reason why I'm moving out of this space. I know it's like a little crazy. I got so many comments and DMs being like, girl, you spent so much time finding this apartment and setting it up. And I know that, but I just feel it in my gut that it's good to have a fresh start. I feel like I've moved every year for the past like 8 years since I was a freshman in college. So really the idea of moving isn't that scary to me because like, I feel like I do it every year. Since I have a studio, it's like, I really don't have that much stuff. I really just have a bunch of clothes and that's really it. Few pieces of furniture. So like moving is really not a hassle for me because I don't have that much stuff. So that's why we're moving. I'm so excited to take you guys on this journey. It's gonna be so much fun. I feel like this was my little starter apartment in New York City and I'm excited to be in a new fresh space with good light, just like fresh energy. I feel like I'm more, I don't know, for some reason I feel so much older than I did when I moved into this apartment. I feel like I learned so much about myself in the past year, developed my prefrontal cortex or whatever it is at 25 and now I'm 26. I've been like sitting in that for a year and I feel like I've grown so much and I feel so different now. And I think moving into this new apartment is gonna be an amazing symbol of just like starting a new chapter in my life because starting a new chapter is like always fun. I think we're gonna bring some really good vibes into this place. I feel like it's gonna be really well suited to my lifestyle. There's definitely gonna be a ton of adjustments, but I'm just manifesting some amazing intentions for this fresh start in a new space. I think there's something so special about like kind of starting over with your apartment and setting up a place and calling it home. I love this place so much, but I am really ready to close the door on it and just start fresh. So we are gonna have such a fun time moving together in New York. We've done it once together. We're gonna do it again. This time I feel like I know a little bit more, so hopefully things will be more organized and I'm hoping that I can move and get settled as quickly as possible, like taking my time and enjoying it, but like really move and get settled and get things set up as quick as possible so that I can just, you know, get back to it, get back to life. So for my moving in New York City series, I'm gonna post new videos every Sunday and Wednesday like I usually do, so subscribe so you don't miss them. My next vlog is gonna be showing you guys my entire apartment hunting process, which was quite the journey. So I'll get more into the specifics about what I was looking for in my new space and kind of like how the apartments on the market stacked up with my expectations. Cause like I'm kind of a high maintenance girl when it comes to apartments, but like I am obviously on a budget at 26 years old. Obviously that was a huge factor in my apartment search. And then after that, I'm going to show you guys the apartment that I chose. And then we're gonna pack up this entire apartment, move everything over to the new place and just start to decorate, set things up, unpack, get settled in, and I'm just gonna take you guys through the entire process in a bunch of fun videos, and I really can't wait. I feel like it's gonna be so fun. I'm really excited for a reset. I'm excited for a fresh start, and I think this new space is gonna be amazing for me. Entering my second year living in New York City, it just feels like I'm gonna be more grounded, I'm gonna be more settled, and it makes sense for this new apartment to be that space where I really like do that in, because this apartment, again, it was a great starter, but I think just long term, it didn't make sense for me, and it didn't make sense to not have natural light for like 2 whole years. Like for 1 year, it was a good compromise. Like I was moving here, I didn't have a ton of options. It was like, you know, I had to find a place, but now that I'm able to change it, I'm glad that I am. We're manifesting the best energy. So this past year in this apartment taught me literally so much. I am gonna miss it. It's so bittersweet, but I'm just following my gut here and moving into a new place, gonna call a brand new place home, but we are staying in New York City, obviously, because living here is just the best. So like this video, I will see you guys in my next one. We're gonna have the best time moving together in New York. Bye.